Hello, I'm Nate. I am a Starbucks partner, a 198. I am going to discuss with you today the new District Barista Championship rules and how to win. This information is based solely on my own experience. It is not an official Starbucks production in any way whatsoever. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. Use it if you think it may help you. Discard it completely if you think you can do better. If you disagree with something I say, put it in the notes. We'll have a good conversation. I do my best to reply to all of those, especially since I'll have all of us 6 or 10 viewers. So here we go. The 6 or 10 that I've got, you are going to be better prepared than many, and you have a very good chance of doing this. So I competed in the Starbucks Championship starting in 2015. I won in 16 and 18. I am undefeated at the district level. I am a Starbucks trainer and have been training people now since 2015. And I did coffee master training along the way, as well as a bunch of other advanced kind of things. I do some classes on latte art and other odds and ends for Starbucks and for non-Starbucks. I'm careful to not do it at other coffee shops, conflict of interest, but I have done some latte art training and things like that outside of the company. So without further ado, there's a lot to go through today, and I will keep it as efficiently as possible. I would like to discuss with you how to win, first and foremost, a little bit about the expectations, what it's going to be like, what it was like other years, and tell you a couple of stories. And feel free to dip in and out of this as much as you choose to want to. And otherwise, I wish you well. So here we go. This year, the biggest difference is that it might be online. We might be doing virtual presentations somehow. There's be some technological hurdles which we'll have to overcome. It might be a combination of online submissions of videos of your own work or in person. These rules, which you can find on the hub, were written during COVID. It's still COVID now in many areas. Jurisdictions have very many rules floating around right now. So your district managers and regional directors, maybe even RVPs, will be making the decision that they feel is in the best interests of everybody involved. So their emphasis this year is going to uniquely be on storytelling and customer connection, which is going to be a lot of fun, a bit different than years before, where it was a very big technical hurdle that was the thing. And at this point, we'll get into the score sheet a bit later on. Uh, it's going to be a different kind of a thing. In fact, I'll do a second video of going just over the score sheet as a refresher. So this one's the about everything. The next one will be score sheet. So here we go. I'm going over the documents that I did find on the hub. You too can find them. They are available. They came out just a couple of days ago on the 25th or 26th of this month. So what to know is there are two major areas for this. There's the barista craft section, and then there's the coffee storytelling section. The barista craft section is going to be very simple this year and relate to just an iced shaken espresso beverage and then also a refresher. So it's not even particularly coffee heavy, which is a first. And we've also only got 2 drinks, which is a first. So if you've got your shaking skills down and can do these things to routine, you'll be fine. And even then, the specifics on the specific shaken drink is down to detail a little bit later on. So it's going to be tough to do poorly on this section of it, the craft part, if you've got the basic skills down at all. And if you don't, reread the recipe cards, double check the official descriptions of these flavors, which you can find on the recipe cards. If your store doesn't have those, they are on the iPads. If for whatever reason you can't, you can access them there. So just be familiar with the writings of them. However, using your own words is even more valuable than knowing the official descriptions. You'll be able to relate to people a whole lot more. And since so many of the points this year are on relating to your audience, using appropriate language and things like that, that people will understand, your own words are far more valuable than being able to recite the official description. So that's the thing. The coffee storytelling portion is another 15 minutes. You get 15 minutes to make 2 drinks. It does not even say, it says by routine. However, it does not say concurrently. So making them, how did they have these highest quality? To go over the specific wording, to standard in the order below. So even so, it does not say in routine. So you're not actually having to cue your shots of espresso, and while your shots are pouring, do your refresher and then come back and finish them. It does not say that. It says making each of them to standard. So the routine is not even necessarily important on this one, though I'm sure you can if you wanted to do that. So then the next one is coffee storytelling, which is specifically, you're going to be brewing this. And I'm not going to read this verbatim again because it is all rights reserved for internal use only. It does say that in the bottom of the page. So I will summarize. But basically, you will prepare your favorite core coffee in any method, any brewing method you choose. So I've taken it with a grain of salt in the past, and I am one to run with wild interpretations of the rules, and it has paid off for me very, very well. One of the years it was brew your favorite coffee is how it was written. I roasted my own. I spent several months perfecting the grind or the roast, everything I wanted to do with this, and then I brought that in. And that year, the judge happened to be my regional vice president, and Chad Moore, he was a director of coffee education and outreach. And Chad, if you see this and I mixed up your title, I do apologize. But he was a store manager at the original Pike Place Market for a while, and pretty much now travels the world inspiring people with coffee. And they got to judge this, and it was very exciting. So I roasted about. I prepared the AeroPress, a French press, a Chemex, and also a I don't remember the fourth one. Oh, a vacuum pot. I had a vacuum pot, so it had the bulb up top and the bulb at the bottom with the fire underneath, and it heated it up and boiled it, brought all of the coffee down. And I said, I only have time for 2 of these, but I've prepared them all. Please let me know what you want. And they chose the 2. It was dealer's choice. And I did that, brought the fire to the table, had everything going, and it was a grand, exciting time. And I did end up winning that year as well. So interpret that how you will. It says preferred brewing method, but so double check that because what they're really going for, in a virtual case, you're looking for your descriptions. In the case you're submitting a video, it's again descriptions. If you're fortunate enough to do this in person, they will be tasting your coffee. So as your district manager lets you know, and they're required to let you know 10 days before or several weeks before, I'll double check if I get my numbers wrong, before the competition, exactly what is allowed and how you'll be doing your competition in your district. So we'll see, and it'll be different for everybody. We'll see how this goes. It could be pretty amazing. But they want you to demonstrate your brew routine, knowing the 4 fundamentals of brewing, the 4 steps of tasting, the tasting characteristics, additional knowledge through storytelling, which we'll get to when we talk about the score sheet in the next video, and a recommended food pairing, and the brew and discussing how brew methods impact flavor. Maybe we'll do another video down the road for that. Maybe we won't. And we'll discuss each of those things a little bit. Next thing is dress code, and my year is not competing because the way Starbucks rules are written, if you win in a year, you must take the next year off. So in my off years, sometimes I have hosted cold brew tastings where I developed my own recipes for 4 or 5 different cold brews and presented a new cold brew every hour, things like with a salted or sugared rimmed glasses and my own simple syrups of rose and lavender and things like that I put together on my own. Shandies where I had lemonade mixed with a cold brew willow and things. So there's a lot that I did. And on some of my other off years, I have judged. So I have judged, for example, year before last, obviously we didn't do it last year, I judged 3 different competitions at the area level, 3 different areas worth. And I will tell you that dress code matters. Even at that level, competitors, these are the best of all of you are showing up that have already won your district, showing up at area out of dress code. Don't do that. You'll lose points on it, and it's easily beatable. Be familiar with it. Just take the step. The very fact that you're watching this, you are trying to take to that next level. You're going to meet other competitors who are not putting as much thought into this as you are. You've already got a very good chance of doing very, very well with this. So go forward with that grain of salt. And after we discuss all of the particulars on the grade sheet, then you'll know exactly how to go with this, with that air of confidence that you will need to win over your judges, because a lot of this year's competition is about talking points and connecting with your judges as customers. So then that is just about that. That is officially all we've got. So in other years, we've had one judging table for the coffee experience, another judging table for the drink experience. This year, it might be videos that we submit for a viewing. It might be a combination. I've read that is a possibility where we'll have some people live or live videos from our various different stores, or even video submissions, or maybe we're just all going to get together. So no idea what to expect on that. We'll see as this all evolves what might be useful advice, and we'll see what happens with your districts and your areas. So that's that. It is really straightforward this year. And it's going to be a lot of fun, though, at the same time. So hopefully we'll showcase some knowledge, get some good stories, and give you an opportunity to show off a little bit. So we'll see how it all goes. Good luck. And next video, we'll be talking about all of the score sheets. So thank you.